The episode opens with Lady Mary Crawley and Matthew Crawley's return to Downton Abbey after their honeymoon, and life resumes for the Crawley family and their staff. Downstairs, Thomas Barrow is critical of Alfred's ironing, while Mrs. Hughes comforts Mrs. Patmore about her upcoming medical appointment with Dr. Clarkson. Upstairs, the Dowager Countess is concerned about potential wealth coming into Downton, and she enlists Lady Mary in a scheme to influence the wealthy Lady Rosamond Painswick. Mrs. Levinson's presence causes some social friction, while Robert and Isabel Crawley navigate their complicated relationship. Meanwhile, Anna visits Mr. Bates in prison, where they discuss potential witnesses, particularly Mrs. Bartlett, who could help his case. A key plot point revolves around the uncertainty surrounding Mr. Swire's legacy and Matthew's moral conflict about potentially benefiting from it, which impacts the Crawley family's future and causes friction with Lady Mary. At breakfast, the Crawleys discuss Cora's son, Harold Levinson. Later, Thomas, Sybil, and Isabel are having tea when Violet appears disapprovingly. Alfred mistakenly uses soda crystals given to him by Thomas to clean one of Matthew's coats, causing damage. Thomas admits to giving Alfred the soda crystals, and Mrs. Hughes comforts Alfred, warning him not to let Thomas ruin his reputation. Robert agrees with Sir Anthony's assessment that he should stay away from Edith, but acknowledges he cannot turn Edith away when she visits. Finally, Thomas assures Anna that their conversation will remain confidential. Matthew suggests asking Mr. Molesley to look after Sir Anthony. Mrs. Hughes expresses concern about the cost of additional tests with looming staff cuts. Mrs. Hughes observes the children working in the kitchen, expressing concern. Edith receives a letter stating that Sir Anthony cannot attend the planned dinner party, upsetting Cora. Edith then walks in, looking gaunt, and Isabel suggests she apply for assistance. Robert arrives at a soup kitchen and encounters Mrs. Bartlett, who is reluctant to speak to him. Robert confronts her about not sending the letter to Vera, arguing that Vera might still be alive if she had. Dr. Clarkson visits Mrs. Hughes and Mrs. Patmore with Mrs. Patmore's cytology report, but the results are inconclusive and require another test. Dr. Clarkson privately updates Mrs. Hughes on the inconclusive test results and suggests another test. Dr. Clarkson offers to speak to Robert about the matter. Edith pleads with Robert to reinstate Sir Anthony for the dinner, and he relents, earning Violet's approval. Robert apologizes to Edith for his treatment of Sir Anthony and gives his blessing for their relationship. Anna visits Mr. Bates in prison and reveals she found Mrs. Bartlett's forwarding address. Mr. Bates worries about Mrs. Bartlett speaking to Vera's acquaintance and suggests he write to her himself. He speculates that Mrs. Bartlett avoided Anna because she resembled Vera. He then asks Anna to find the other Mrs. Bartlett who could clear his name, and Anna promises to do so. Robert is about to leave Downton when Mr. Bates hands him a note saying his service is needed elsewhere. Bates vows to clear his name, determined to prove his innocence. Carson is flustered when Lord Gillingham's promised white tie doesn't arrive. Mrs. Patmore struggles with the changed dinner arrangements, while Mrs. Hughes tries to conceal her illness from Carson. Robert overhears a conversation between O'Brien and Bates, which leads to an explosive confrontation with Thomas in his prison cell. Carson interrupts the kiss, and later a fire breaks out in the kitchen, further disrupting the dinner plans. The indoor picnic commences, and Mrs. Levinson requests a whiskey from Robert. Ivy and Alfred share a kiss in the kitchen, but their budding romance is complicated when Edna kisses Alfred and shows him a letter with Mrs. Bartlett's name. Later, Lady Mary and Robert agree to hold their ceremony in 1 month. Alfred is questioned about his affections by Daisy and admonished for speaking with her by Carson. Lady Mary and Violet Crawley plan to confront Cora's mother, Mrs. Levinson, about Downton's financial problems, but Mrs. Levinson insists she can't help. Thomas confronts Mrs. Hughes about Bates's missing evening shirts, while, in prison, Bates is attacked by his cellmate. Mrs. Levinson advises Robert to adapt to the changing world. Carson criticizes the recent party to Mrs. Hughes, deeming it a works outing, lacking the necessary style and show, arguing that a weariness of style equates to a weariness of life itself. After Mrs. Hughes says goodnight, Carson, sensing something amiss, asks her to confide in him if something is troubling her, assuring her of his support despite his recent crabbiness. Later, Mrs. Hughes seeks out Mrs. Patmore to relay Carson's praise for her work that evening. Mrs. Patmore inquires whether Mrs. Hughes told Carson about her medical issue, but Mrs. Hughes confirms she did not, and minimizes her health concerns by saying everyone will eventually die, including those under the roof. Mrs. Hughes says she can put things in perspective now, offering Mrs. Patmore a comforting touch before departing, though she appears concerned in the hallway.